you bring up a very important word, and you've said it now, I think I want to say 3 times, and then you've made reference to that same word, I think 2 or 3 other times when you're talking about leveraging and so on and so forth. That word is power, right? You were named the most powerful woman in Washington, D.C. by Washingtonian Magazine and by the Washington Business Journal multiple times over the years. So you seem to have stepped into power, understanding that the good that power could do. But most people who are listening to this are public servants, and they tend to have this adverse reaction to the word power and wanting to gain power. Let's start about how do you define power? How do you define it?
Well, I'll tell you why people resist the word, because power is used to very often to aggrandize the individual. That was not my focus. My focus, but the use of power was to help the community, to build the community. So I wasn't using power so I could make sure that political friends got contracts. I was not using power in order to make sure that I could go to the next step in elected office. I recognized that the power I had was the power given to me by the community in order to advance their needs. And so that's a very different perspective on power. And I think power and leverage for me were very, very important. It means that the use of power for a public purpose is the way I think about that. And I think there are a lot of people in government who also would recognize that the approvals that they give for whatever is before them also can be leveraged in the interest of the community with the support of the elected people in that community. And that's something that I think it's very important for all of us to learn. That is, what do we have that allows us to leverage for the community? Is it people? Is it money? Is it authority? Is it position? And how do we use it?
I could not agree with you more. And again, this conversation is very timely. I was just having a conversation with a young lady today, talking about power. And I recommended a book called The 48 Laws of Power, right? And she told me, Alex, I started reading this book and it's scary. And I told her, I'm like, look, it's not, power isn't scary. That book isn't scary. It's how you utilize it, right? How do you utilize those skills, those strategies? And it sounds like you found the tools. You knew what you had. Where you had power, and you leveraged those to help your communities and those who you serve. And so that would be something that others should be actively doing.
I think so. I think people should recognize the good that can be done ethically, morally. And I think those are 2 words that are very important. We can look at this current administration and see how power has been used immorally, unethically, dangerously, unkindly, cruelly. Those are the uses of power that we all abhor. But power used in the interest of building communities, in serving communities, is what the public domain should be.
So you got on that influential, that powerful committee. Can I ask, what drew you to that committee? Did you see, okay, this is a committee that has influence, I can help my constituents out? Did you just happen to get on that committee? What made you aim towards securing that position?
Well,
Hello, everyone. This is Alex Tremble from GPS Leadership Solutions. And if you found this last interview to be awesome, spectacular, and actually you benefited from it, let me tell you, this is only the tip of the iceberg. Visit the alextrembleshow.com, information below in the description, and that's where you'll find the full uninterrupted interview. And I'm telling you, There's so much great content you'll hear from this past leader, as well as all the other leaders we've already interviewed. So remember, don't just look back, reach back. If there's someone who you think will benefit from this interview or any of the other interviews, make sure you share it with them. Click the like, click the subscribe. And as I always like to end all my sessions, stay strong, stay positive, and definitely stay moving.